They're starting to pull everybody out the car now one by one, but not like they pulled my friend out. They yanked him out the car. Now they're just pulling everybody out the car slowly. My channel. If you're new here, my name is Prince Zay. You can't tell from the title below, today is going to be a story time video, and it's going to be a story time on the first time that I was arrested or detained. Let's just start from the beginning of the story. So at this time when I was arrested or detained, whatever you want to call it, I was going to Shaw University at the time. So that's like a little private university in North Carolina. And so at this time, there's this gay club in Raleigh called Legends. And that was like the first time I ever really been to a gay club. Like I've been trying to explore and, you know, get out more, but I really hadn't been to one for real at the time yet. So me and my friends all planned, you know, to go out to Legends. I believe we were trying to go out like on a Saturday, because Saturdays are like the hip hop night, I guess. So we were trying to go out on like a Saturday. And of course, you know, college students, we don't have cars, but you know, we were taking Ubers or, you know, do whatever we got to do to get to our destination. Like some college students have cars, but some don't. Like I didn't have a car in college, and it is what it is. You know, we had plans on going to the gay club. We just didn't have a ride. So before that day even approached, I had met a guy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm telling the story, y'all. I had met a guy on social media, and he happened to live in the same place that I lived in as well for college. And, you know, we were kicking it, talking, you know, just trying to get to know each other and stuff like that. And then he was trying to basically, you know, hang out that weekend coming up. And I was just telling him, like, we'll probably have to hang out another time, because this weekend in particular coming up, I was going to the gay club, you know, and I wanted to have fun with my friends. So he told me that he goes to that club all the time, that if I wanted to go to the club, he would pick me and my friends up, and, you know, vice versa. So who's going to turn down a free ride to the club when you don't got to pay for Uber? So I told him yes. In the midst of all of that, so the day comes for us to finally go to Legends. You know, we're pre-gaming. You know how you pre-game and stuff like that, smoke, drink, whatever. So we're pre-gaming, and the boy is actually on his way. So the only friends that I had brought with me that day we went to the club, so it was me, I had another gay male friend, and then I had like 3 of my female friends. So it was like 3 female friends, and then me and my gay friend. So, you know, 5 of us. And so he was telling me that he had a brother for my gay friend. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, when you come and pick me up, like, you know, my friends can meet you. You have somebody for my friend, and we can all hang out and have a good time. That's what I thought it was gonna be, y'all. And I mean, it was a good time, but you'll see. I give him the address to pick us up from the school or whatever. So at the moment he picks us up, it's not even him driving. It's his like friend driving, but it's his car. But I guess he just didn't feel like driving. So his friend is driving the car. So they pick us up, and the first thing he says when we all get in the car, and mind you, it's 5 of us, and so we're kind of like I told you, it's 5 of us. He has like a little sedan, so you kind of like see what I'm saying. But so when we got in his back seat, some of us had to sit on some people's laps, because there's 5 of us sitting in the back seat. What do you expect in a sedan? So the moment we even got in the car, he's already talking about, oh, well, where y'all get the smoke from? Y'all know where to get smoke from before we get to the club, so we can be, you know, turned up. Because he's claiming that he don't know where to get no, you know, weed from, which is crazy, because when you think about it, like, if that's your city, I mean, you don't really have to, but I feel like if that's your city and you get out and you do X, Y, and Z, then I feel like you should know. I probably should have known this was a setup from the beginning, but I just wasn't thinking about it. So, and they was paying for it. So like I said, free weed and you paying for it, free ride to the club. Like, I'm down for a good night, y'all. Like, for real. Once he said that, we already knew Plugs, because we stay on campus. Literally, the Plugs is on campus with us. Plug probably next door to me when I was on campus. So, you know, we did a little 1-2 text, and it was really nothing. And probably like in 5 minutes, the Plug was downstairs giving us the stuff. So, honestly, the place where we smoked at, I also feel like we probably should have did like something regular, like we would do as college students, like in the parking lot or like just somewhere secluded. But what his friend did was he drove us, and we were in Raleigh downtown. So if you know about Raleigh downtown, then you know. But we were in Raleigh downtown, and you know, Like there's really not much. There's really not much parking spaces. It's more like parking decks or like park on the side of the road. But he wanted to go ahead and proceed to the club and I guess smoke wherever we were at that point. Literally, he pulls up to like we pulled up to like in the middle of downtown on the side somewhere, like parked somewhere, and we just hotboxed the car. And like I said, nothing was wrong with that. It was fun. It was, he wanted to smoke and have a good night. We're trying to have a good night. Like we're young, all of that. So, the car is smoked out. Like usually if I were to smoke in the car or whatever, I would have turned on like, the setting where you turn it on where the air is pulled from the outside into your car and it blows the smoke from the inside of your car to the outside. He didn't even do that. So after we smoked, the car is smoked out because it's like it's five of us in the back seat and them two. So altogether it's 7 people and we were probably smoking on like 3-4 blunts at that point. So the car is super smoked out, but he still drives to the club with the car smoked out. And so I'm thinking like, okay, that's not a good idea. But like at the same time, I'm not the one that's driving, so I felt like if anything were to happen, I feel like it would more so fall on them, which it did, you'll see, and not me. So like I wasn't really tripping about it. So after we smoked, we're driving around. Like I said, they're smoking a car. We're driving around, about to pull up to the parking lot, and the parking lot. Okay, so we're in downtown, so the club was like over here and the parking lot was over here. Like the parking lot was across the street from the club. It wasn't actually attached to the club. But when we pulled in, we noticed that police was fucking directing traffic, like directing the parking lot people to go in. So I ain't even gonna cap y'all. The moment we started pulling, like getting closer, I already had a feeling because the people that were in front of us, they were literally making them roll their windows down and like trying to direct them. So what do you expect would happen if you're in the car smoking and you about to pull up and the police is about to have you roll down the window so they can direct you on where to park? So I promise y'all, like the moment I seen that, I said, oh shit, like this is not gonna go good because they're gonna see the smoke. Like there's smoke in the fucking car. Like why didn't you just air the bitch out? I don't know. So literally we're pulling up and he rolls the window down and like we didn't even need no time to talk, no time to do nothing. The police is like, it smells like marijuana in here. Can I have y'all pull over to the side and talk to y'all? So at that point, he just wanted to talk. Like it was nothing else. He just wanted us to pull up to the side and talk to us. So he pulls up, we pull up to the side. He comes over to the driver's window. And mind you, like I said, it's 5 of us in the back seat. My friend, he's letting his friend drive his car. So he's in the passenger seat and his friend is in the driver's seat. And so the moment the police come up, he's like, yes, I see smoke and I smells like marijuana in the car. Have y'all been smoking? And so, everybody's like, no, we did this before we came. There's no weed in the car. Mind y'all, in the back seat, and I'm not gonna give out no names, but mind y'all in the back seat, my male gay friend, he's like, cause he had another blunt rolled up. Like we smoked all the weed we had, but he also had one more blunt rolled up. I guess for when we get out the club, we can hit that real quick and just go home and lay down. So he literally has that in his pocket. So I guess he was really nervous. So he keep fidgeting. He's moving around. The police gave him 3 warnings. The first warning was, he was like, stop fidgeting, stop moving. So he stopped moving. He's still trying to talk to the guy's friend. The next thing you know, my friend is fidgeting some more. Like he just keep moving. Like he's nervous. You can tell he's nervous. Like he's really fucking nervous. And I'll be nervous too if I have weed on me. Like, and black in America, anything can happen. Like they don't give a fuck about us. For real, for real. He's just keep fidgeting. The police tell him again, oh, stop fidgeting or I'm gonna have to pull you out the car. So I really don't even remember the last thing he said to the guy, like his friend. I don't remember what he said to the person that was driving. But all I know is my friend fidgeted at one time. The police literally came to the back, the doors, the backseat doors, and yanked him out the car. And so when he yanked him out the car, he put the handcuffs on him. And the moment he yanked him out the car, I don't know if Buddy was scared or not, or if he was just like a snitch person. But when they put my friend out of the car, they patted him down and they found the weed on him. So they asked him, did anybody else have weed in the car or whatever? Now the dude that I met, he didn't say anything. Why did his friend tell the police when they yanked my friend out the car and found a blunt on him? Why the fuck did he tell the police it was all of our fault? This is exactly what he said. He said that he don't know nothing about no weed, that we brought it with us when we came in the car and we smoked. He didn't smoke and he didn't know nothing about it. But mind y'all, when we first got in the car, he was the one that brought it up and said that because we had already smoked and drank, we was good to go. But I guess they didn't. So he's the one that brought it up in the car. He's the one that said, oh, let's smoke, just before we go to the club. But then when shit hit the fan, he was the first one to try to throw us under the bus. So literally when he said that, I said, oh, that's crazy. I said, that's not true. Like literally when he said that, all of us in the backseat, we was like, that's not true. They pulled up and they wanted to smoke, and we went and got the stuff, and that's what happened. So as they pulled my friend out of the car. They're starting to pull everybody out of the car now, one by one, but not like they pulled my friend out. They yanked him out of the car. Now they're just pulling everybody out of the car slowly. So they pulled the front two out of the car. They pulled everybody out the back out of the car. I was second to last to get out of the car. My other friend was last to get out of the car. They pulled me out of the car, and they put me in handcuffs too. But like, I just kind of, like I said, I wasn't trying to like overreact or act too much, because like I said, I didn't have the weed on me, and two, I wasn't driving and it wasn't my car. So, and I don't have a record either, because that's something they did too. Like after they had put everybody in handcuffs, they ran everybody's backgrounds to see if anybody had a record, because if you have a record or failing whatever, you're going to jail. So my female friend, she actually didn't even get no handcuffs put on her, because there was so many of us, they actually ran out of handcuffs. But yeah, after that happened, they pulled us out of the car, and we just I kind of spoke to them with my friend and just let them know the situation, just to let them know like it wasn't too much. Like I just didn't want, like, everybody can't be hyping the situation. Like everybody just can't be, somebody has to be the mediator. So that's what I feel like me and my other friend were trying to do. It was also funny because when his friend tried to snitch and say that we brought the weed, he actually got the ticket. So the police gave out 2 tickets. They gave one to my friend because they actually found the weed on him, a blunt rolled up. So he ended up getting the ticket. The guy I met from social media, his friend ended up getting a ticket because he was the one actually driving the car, and it was smoke in the car. So it was funny how he tried to throw us under the bus, and karma came back and just pretty much like bit him in the ass. But like, aside from that happening, the night still went on. We still went to the club. And I guess that night from the police pulling us over and his friend trying to throw us under the bus, I should have known that it was going to be like just even crazier night, because aside from us getting pulled over by the police and getting detained, we went to the club and we had a good time. I want to say like an hour and a half of us being at the club, people started fighting and the club got shut down so bad to the point where they were actually in the street rioting. Like they were fighting, they had baseball bats, 2x2s. And that exact day, they actually shut the club down and closed it for, I don't know how long the club was closed for. If y'all ever went to Legends, you can tell me, because this was back in like 2018, I believe. So I'm not sure how long the club was closed. I know it's open now, but from that riot they had from the day we went, they had shut the club down and it was closed ever since, which I really don't blame them, because it was just, that's a lot. And like I said, it was a lot for us to go through in one night. We get picked up, get detained by the police, and then go to the club, and then we have to leave early, and everybody's running out the club because they're screaming guns, fighting, 2x2s, and it was just too much that night. But that was definitely a crazy time for me, because like I said, I've never been arrested or detained before, let alone have somebody sit up there and be so scary to the point where they try to throw you under the bus because they don't want to get in trouble, and then reverse, they're the ones that end up getting the ticket. Like that's what you call karma. Like you can't be out here doing people like that. Thank y'all for watching my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and your boy is out.